Ekadasi breakfast. All right. Bande water. Bandeham Shiguru Shiyata Parakamalam Shigurun Vaishnavam Cha Shirupam Sagrajatam Savanaraganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shirana Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivashikam Vitam Cha Om Agyana Timaranda Shagyana Jana Shalakaya Chakshuram Jamyana Tasmai Shigurave Nama Gurava Bishtam Supurakam Guraganana Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipunam Shirupa Patanugam Govindam Vidam Ujwalam Bharatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Bande Vishwaguruncha Divyad Bhagavat Premno Ibija Pradam Evam Divyatanu Suchandavananam Balarka Shelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sadekavaranam Vairagya Vidyambudim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Vandetam Shubharam Madeka Sharanam Nyashishvara Shidharam Manshakopatarubyas Chakripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavenibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahabaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratabhishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This is Madhya-lila, chapter 11, the Beda-kirtan pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ati udandam tandavam gorachandra korvan bhaktai Sri Jagannath Gehe nana bhava lankritanga swadamna chakre vishvam prema vanya nimagnam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu merged the entire world into the ocean of ecstatic love by performing his beautiful dances within the temple of Jagannath. He danced exquisitely and jumped high. Okay. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Sri Nityananda Prabhu, all glories to Sri Advaita Charya, and all glories to all the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Aradin Sarvabhauma Kohe Prabhustane Abhaya Dana Deho Jadi Kore Nivedane. The next day, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya requested Mahaprabhu to give him permission to submit a statement without fear. Prabhu kohe kahatumi nahi kachuboy, jogya hoile koriba ajogya hoile noi. The Lord gave the Bhattacharya assurance that he could speak without fear, but added that if his statement were suitable, he would accept it, and if it were not, he would reject it. Sarvabhauma kohe Prataparudra rai, utkanta hayache toma milibare chai. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, there is a king named Prataparudra rai. He is very anxious to meet you, and he wants your permission. Karne hastadiya prabhu smare narayana, sarvabhauma kena ajogya bachana. As soon as Mahaprabhu heard this proposal, he immediately covered his ears with his hands and said, my dear Sarvabhauma, why are you requesting such an undesirable thing from me? So he's remembering the name Narayan. We heard that when someone addressed Mahaprabhu publicly as a Supreme Lord, then he would go Vishnu, Vishnu. And here he doesn't like that proposal very much of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, that he'll meet with the king, so he remembers Narayan. So the Lord says, my dear Sarvabhauma, why are you requesting such an undesirable thing from me? Virakta Sannyasi Amar Raja Darshan Stri Darshana Sama Vishara Bakan. Since I am in the renounced order, it is as dangerous for me to meet a king as to meet a woman. To meet either To meet either would be just like drinking poison. Niskinchanasya bhagavad bhajanon mukasya param param jigamashur bhava sagaraya. Pardon me. Niskinchanasya bhagavad bhajanon mukasya param param jigamishor bhava sagarasya sandarshanam vishainam ata yoshitam cha ahanta hanta visha makshanatopi asadu. Greatly lamenting, the Lord then informed Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, alas, for a person who is seriously desiring to cross the material ocean and engage in the loving service of the Lord without material motives, seeing a materialist engaged in sense enjoyment or seeing a woman who is similarly interested is more abominable than drinking poison willingly. There's a quotation from Sri Chaitanya Chandrodaya Natika. Thus, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enunciates the principles for a sannyasi renouncing the material world for spiritual advancement. So Mahaprabhu used the term virakta sannyasi. So this is a very strict consideration of what are the principles of sannyasa in those times. That when Mahaprabhu's, we hear later that one of the persons he knew since childhood, who was a confectioner, cooked sweets, came there with his wife. I think his wife's name was Mukunda Mata or something like that. And he said when he came to Jagannath Puri, he said, I'm here and I brought, and he named his wife. And Mahaprabhu, like you could see, he reacted just by hearing the woman's name. That was not considered correct for someone to introduce. Even the wife he'd known since his boyhood in Navadip, Mahaprabhu reacted to the name of a woman. So you can see that for a sannyasi at that time, the principles are very different, and Mahaprabhu says, if I meet a king, that's abominable. Why are you even bringing up this subject to me? A king is he's just a maha-materialist. He has so much money and enjoyment. Why would I want to meet a king? So that's okay. Sarvabhauma kohe satya tomara vachan Jagannatha sevaka raja kintu bhaktotam. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya replied, my dear Lord, what you have said is correct, but this king is not an ordinary king. He is a great devotee and servant of Lord Jagannath. So, since also we're reading this Chaitanya Charitamrita cyclically, over and over again, we know that Mahaprabhu, he will eventually meet with a king. And when Mahaprabhu was standing by the Garuda Stamba in the temple, one woman came, and there was a crowd, and she wanted to see Lord Jagannath, and she climbed up on Mahaprabhu's shoulders. She's standing on Mahaprabhu's shoulders with her feet or something, and Mahaprabhu's servant, get down, what are you doing? And then she apologized, and then Mahaprabhu said to his servant, why you foolish person, why are you reprimanding her? I wish I had so much eagerness as her to see Lord Jagannath. So Mahaprabhu, he has many different moods. Sarvabhauma kohe satya tomara bachan Jagannatha sevak raja kintu bhaktotam. But he's not willing to really give, talk with a woman or to meet with the king. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya replied, my dear Lord, what you have said is correct, but this king is not an ordinary king. He is a great devotee and a servant of Lord Jagannath. Prabhu kohe tatape raja kalas sarpakar kashtanare sparshe jaiche upaje vikar. Mahaprabhu said, although it is correct that the king is a great devotee, he is still to be considered a venomous snake. Similarly, even though a woman be made of wood, one becomes agitated simply by touching her form. Akaran api betaryam strinam vishainam api yata her manasa kshobas tata tasya kirterapi. Just as one is immediately frightened upon seeing a live serpent, or even the form of a serpent, one endeavoring for self-realization should similarly fear a materialistic person and a woman. Indeed, he should not even glance at their bodily features. Aichebata punarapi mukena anibe kahajari tabe amai eta nadekibe. Bhattacharya, if you continue to speak like this, you will never see me here again. Therefore, you should never let such a request come from your mouth. Bhayapaya sarvabhoma nijagarigela vishai giya Bhattacharya chintita hoila. Being afraid, Sarvabhauma returned home and began to meditate on the matter. Hinakale Prataparudra Purushottame Aila Patramitra Sangiraja Darshane Chalila. At this time, Maharaj Prataparudra arrived at Jagannath Puri, Purushottama, and accompanied by his secretaries, ministers, and military officers, went to visit the temple of Lord Jagannath. Ramananda Rai Aila Gajapati Sange Pratame Prabhure Ashe Milila Bahurange. When King Prataparudra returned to Jagannath Puri, Ramananda Roy came with him. Ramananda Roy immediately went to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with great pleasure. Raya Pranati Koila Prabhu Koila Lingan Duijane Prema Beshe Korana Krandan. Upon seeing Mahaprabhu, Ramananda Roy offered his obeisances. The Lord embraced him, and both of them began to cry in the great ecstasy of love. Raya Sange Prabhu Teki Snehobhya Bahar Sarva Bhakta Ganer Mane Hoila Chamatkar. When seeing Mahaprabhu's intimate dealings with Sri Ramananda Roy, all the devotees there were astonished. Raya Kohe Tomaragya Raja Ke Kohila Tomarai Chaya Raja Mora Vishaya Chanaila. Ramananda Roy said, I duly inform King Prataparudra of your offer for me to retire from service. By your grace, the king was pleased to relieve me of these material activities. Amikohe Amahoite Nahoy Vishaya Chaitanya Charitamrita Rahon Jadi Agyahoy. I said, Your Majesty, I am now not willing to engage in political activities. I desire only to stay at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kindly give me permission. Tomaran Nam Shuni Raja Nandito Hoila Asana Hoite Ute More Alingana Koila. When I submitted this request, the king immediately became very pleased. Upon hearing your name, indeed, he instantly rose from his throne and embraced me. Tomaranam Shuni Hoila Mahaprema Premavesh Morahate Dore Kore Piriti Vishesh. My dear Lord, as soon as the king heard your holy name, he was immediately overwhelmed with great ecstatic love. Catching my hand, he displayed all the symptoms of love. Tomara Jay Vartana Tumi Kao Se Vartan Nischinta Hoya Bhaja Chaitanya Charan. As soon as he heard my petition, he immediately granted me a pension without reductions. Thus the king granted me a full salary as a pension and requested me to engage without anxiety in the service of your lotus feet. I didn't reduce my salary and relieve me from that responsibility, but he gave me a pension of a full salary. Ami chara jogyana hi taradarshane tarije bhajetara safala jivane. Then Maharaj Prataparudra very humbly said, I am most fallen and abominable, and I am unfit to receive an interview with the Lord, to receive darshan with the Lord. One's life is successful if one engages in his service. Parama Kripalu Teho Brajendra Nandan Konjanme More Abasha Divina Darshan. The king then said, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda. He is very merciful, and I hope that in a future birth He will allow me to have darshan. Jai tomara prima arti dekilun tomate tara ek primalesha nahika amate. My Lord, I do not think that there is even a fraction of Maharaj Prataparudra's loving ecstasy in me. Prabhu kohe tumi Krishna Bhakti Pradhan Tomake Jai Priti Kore Se Bhagavan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then said, my dear Ramananda Roy, you are the foremost of all the devotees of Krishna. Therefore, whoever loves you is certainly a very fortunate person. Tomate je eta priti hoila rajar egune Krishna tare koribe angikar. Because the king has shown so much love for you, Lord Krishna will certainly accept him. So here you see, this is a difference between somebody who has a little bit of diplomatic sense, how to approach things. You know, Sarvabhauma just goes to Mahaprabhu and he's very direct. He just says, well, I have something I want to ask you, so please give me permission for that. And then Mahaprabhu says, yes, but if you say something I like, okay, and if you don't say something I like, I won't accept it. And then he just says, well, there's this king, Maharaj Prataparudra, and he really wants to meet with you. And then Mahaprabhu immediately, it's like so direct, and Mahaprabhu immediately reacts, rejecting this. But Ramananda Roy comes, and Ramananda Roy has this hope. Obviously, Ramananda Roy knows that the king, he works for the king, and he knows that the king wants to meet with Mahaprabhu, so he starts in by saying, I told the king that when I wanted to be engaged in your service, he immediately became ecstatic, he accepted, he embraced me, he gave me a full pension, he didn't reduce my salary, he said to me that Mahaprabhu is non-different from Krishna, and anyone, and he goes, Ramananda Roy goes on presenting just such a favorable presentation of the king, and Mahaprabhu is very moved because Mahaprabhu has so much affection for Ramananda Roy. So you can see that this is all penetrating the heart of Mahaprabhu. It's affecting him. What Ramananda Roy said, what Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says, it's just like, what would you call it? It was kind of without so much tact. So that's the difference. And I've heard Govindamar comment about this too. It's like, here you see why Ramananda Roy was a minister. He knows how to present things. So, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then said, my dear Ramananda Roy, you are the foremost of all the devotees of Krishna. Therefore, whoever loves you is certainly a very fortunate person. Tomate je eta priti hoila rajar egune Krishna tare koribe angikar. Because the king has shown so much love for you, Lord Krishna will certainly accept him. Je me bhakta jana partas, na me bhaktas chate jana, mad bhaktanam chadye bhaktas, te me bhakta tamamataha. Lord Krishna told Arjuna, those who are my direct devotees are actually not my devotees, but those who are the devotees of my servant are factually my devotees. Adhara paricharyayam sarvangar abhivandanam madbhakta pujabhyadika sarvabhuteshu manmati mad arteshvanga cheshtacha vachasa mad guneranam mayarpanam cha manasa sarvakama vivarjanam. My devotees take great care and respect in rendering me service. They offer obeisances to me with all their bodily limbs. They worship other devotees and find all living entities related to me. For me, they engage the entire energy of their bodies. They engage the power of speech in the glorification of my qualities and form. They also dedicate their minds unto me and try to give up all kinds of material desires. That's my devotees are characterized. Aradhanam sarvesham Vishnu aradhanam param tasmat parattanam devi tadiyanam samarchanam. Lord Shiva told the goddess Durga, my dear Devi, although the Vedas recommend worship of demigods, the worship of Lord Vishnu is topmost. However, above the worship of Lord Vishnu is the rendering of service to Vaishnavas who are related to Lord Vishnu. So we've heard the explanation of this verse, the first two verses. Devi or Parvati is asking Lord Shiva, what is the highest form of worship? And he says, of all forms of worship, Vishnu Aradhanam Param. The worship of Lord Vishnu is supreme. But then Devi may be thinking, well, I don't worship Lord Vishnu. Then what is my position? But then the last two lines say, Tasmat Parattaram Devi Tadiyanam Samarchanam. Okay, it's actually the last line. There's two lines in this. Lord Shiva told the goddess Durga. So Shiva is telling her that of all forms of worship, worship of Vishnu is the highest. And she may be thinking, well, then what's my position? But then he says, Tasmat Parattaram Devis Tadiyanam Samarchanam. But higher than that is the service of those who are devotees of the Lord, who are Vaishnavas. And then she's thinking, yes, my Lord Shiva, he is a servant. He is a servant of the Lord. He's a servant of Vishnu. Then her position is confirmed. Tasmat Parattanam Devi Tariyanam Samarchanam. So, Durapa Ialpa Tapasa Seva Vaikunta Vartmasu Yatro Pagiyate Nityam Deva Devo Janardana. Those whose austerity is meager can hardly obtain the services. Those whose austerity is meager can hardly obtain the service of the pure devotees progressing on the path back to the kingdom of God at the Vaikunthas. Pure devotees engage 100% in glorifying the Supreme Lord, who is the Lord of the demigods and the controller of all living entities. So all this is related to Mahaprabhu telling Ramananda Roy that he's telling him to serve the devotees, to serve a person like you. That is a real form of worship, and surely the king will get the favor of Krishna for doing that. So it's just like saying this is a matter of time before the king will obtain the mercy of Mahaprabhu. Puri Bharati Gosai Swarup Nityananda Jagannatha Mukundadi Yata Bhakta Brinda Paramananda Puri Brahmananda Bharati Swarup Damodar Lord Nityananda Jagannatha Mukunda and others were present before the Lord at that time. So you can see that Mahaprabhu also reacts one way to when he's pushed, when he's asked to do something, when people try to force Mahaprabhu to do something. And he's not going to just bow to, to forceful persuasion, any amount of argument. He'll do things according to his own sweet will. And the devotees will continue to petition Mahaprabhu about accepting, Maharaj Prataparudra, and he'll continue to resist. And there's a saying in Spanish that says by force, trying to force something, by force you can't even enter into a pair of your own shoes. It's like saying like that. In other words, you can't just force things. If you're just like a forceful person, you won't get very far in this world. Just like going ahead like some ram, just like pushing ahead and everything. A little bit of, like that saying on Srila Govinda Maharaj's, what came from Srila Guru Maharaj, but it's basically the saying is, wait and see. wait and see. A little patience. A little patience. Now I could benefit by that. A little patience. Okay. Chari Gosaira Koila Raya Charan Bandan Jata Jogya Sabha Bhaktir Korila Milan. Sri Ramananda Roy therefore offered his obeisances to all the Lord's devotees, in particular to the four spiritual masters. Thus Ramananda Roy suitably met all the devotees. The four spiritual masters referred to in this verse are Paramananda Puri, Brahmananda Bharati, Swarup Damodar, and Lord Nityananda. We heard, this idea of lack of patience. One example that we heard given is a wife comes to her husband. She says, I want a baby. And he says, yes, but you'll have to wait some months for that to happen. No, I want it now. It just doesn't work that way. Prabhu Kohe Rai Dekile Kamala Nayan Raya Kohe Abhijai Pabadarshan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu next asked Ramananda Roy, have you already visited the temple of the lotus-eyed Lord Jagannath? Ramananda Roy replied, I shall now go visit the temple. This is a very nice exchange. Prabhu Kohe Rai Tumi Ki Karya Korile Ishware Na Dekikeni Age Etat Aile. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, what have you done, my dear Rai? Why did you not first see Lord Jagannath and then come here? Why have you come here first? Raya Kohe Chanana Rata Ridoya Sarati Jahan Loya Jai Tahan Jai Jibarati. Ramananda Roy replied, the legs are like the chariot and the heart is like the charioteer. Wherever the heart takes the living entity is obliged to go. Okay. Amiki Koriba Man Ihanloya Aila Jagannath Darshane Vichar Not Koila. Sri Ramananda Roy continued, what shall I do? My mind has brought me here. I could not consider going first to Lord Jagannath's temple. Prabhu Kohe Shigra Giya Kora Darshan Aichigara Jai Kora Katumba Milan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised, immediately go to Lord Jagannath's temple to see the Lord. Then go home and meet your family members. Prabhu Agya Bhaya Rai Chalila Darshane Rayar Prema Bhakti Riti Bhuje Konjane. Having received Mahaprabhu's permission, Ramananda Roy hastily went to the temple of Lord Jagannath. Who can understand the devotional service of Rai Ramananda? Ketrayasi Raja Sarvabhaumi Bolaila Sarvabhaumi Namaskari Te Hare Bhuchila. When Maharaj Prataparudra returned to Jagannath Puri, he called for Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya. When the Bhattacharya went to see the king offered him respects and made the following inquiries. Moralage Prabhupade Koile Nibedan Sarvabhauma Kohe Koinu Aneka Jatan. The king asked, have you submitted my petition to the Lord? Sarvabhauma replied, yes, with much endeavor I've tried my best. Tatapi na kori teho rajadarshan ketrachadi jabin puna jadi kori nibedan. Yet despite my great endeavor, the Lord would not agree to see a king. Indeed, he said that if he were asked again, he would leave Jagannath Puri and go elsewhere. That's a very, the king doesn't say, not exactly what the king wants to hear. Shunya Rajaramani Dukkha Upajila Vishara Koriya Kichu Kohite Lagila. Hearing this, the king became very unhappy and greatly lamenting began to speak as follows. Papi Nij Udarite Tara Avatar Jagai Madai Teho Korila Udar. The king said, Mahaprabhu is descended just to deliver all kinds of sinful low-born persons. Consequently, he has delivered sinners like Jagai and Madai. Prataparudra Chadi Koribe Jagat Nistar E Pratigya Korid Korijach Avatar. Alas, has Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu incarnated to deliver all kinds of sinners, with the exception of a king named Maharaj Prataparudra. He's delivering everybody, but he won't deliver me. You know, he's saying this like, I am so unfortunate. Mahaprabhu's mercy coming to Jagai, Madai, all kinds of low-born persons. And he's delivering all sinners except a king named Prataparudra. Adarshaniyan api nitya jatin samvikshate handa tatapin no mam mad ekavarjam kripayish yatiti nirniya kimso vatatara deva. Alas, as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made his advent, deciding that he will deliver all others with the exception of me, he bestows his merciful glance upon many lower class men who are usually not even fit to be seen. It's also from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. The Chaitanya Charitamrita, who's that by? Kavi Karnapur, okay. Tara pratigya more na koribe darshan, more pratigya taha bina chadiba jiba. Many of the quotes in this chapter have been from there up till now. Maharaj Prataparudra continued, if Mahaprabhu is determined not to see me, then I am determined to give up my life if I do not see him. Jadi se Mahaprabhu na pai kripadan kiba raja kiba dehot saba akaran. It's in the other room. If I do not receive Mahaprabhu's mercy, my body and my kingdom are certainly useless. Etashuni sarvabhama hoila chintita, rajaranu ragadeki hoila mishmita. Hearing Maharaj Prataparudra's determination, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya became thoughtful. Indeed, he was very much astonished to see the king's determination. Bhattacharya kohe deva nakora bishad, tomare prabhura avashya, hoibe prasad. Finally, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, my dear king, do not worry. Because of your firm determination, I'm sure that Mahaprabhu's mercy will definitely be bestowed upon you. Teho prima dina tomar prima gadata avashya korivena kripa tomarupar. As soon as the Bhattacharya saw the king's firm determination, he declared, the Supreme Lord is approved. He declared, the Supreme Lord is approached only by pure love. Your love for Mahaprabhu is very, very deep. Therefore, without a doubt, he will be merciful upon you. Tatapiko hiyami ek upai kora prabhu dekiba jahai. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya then suggested, there is one means by which you can directly see him. Ratha jatra dine prabhu sabha Bhaktaloya, Rata Age Nritya Koribena, Prema Vishtahoya. On the day of the Ratha Yatra festival, Mahaprabhu would dance before the deity in great ecstatic love. Prema Veshe Pushpodhyane Koribena Pravesh Se Kali Ekale Tumi Chari Rajavesh. On that Ratha Yatra festival day, after dancing before the Lord, Mahaprabhu will enter the Gundicha garden. At that time you should go there alone, without your royal dress. Krishna Rasa Panchadhyay Korite Patan Ekale Jai Mahaprabhu Daribe Charan. When Mahaprabhu enters the Gundicha garden, you should also go there and read the 5 chapters of Srimad Bhagavatam about Lord Krishna's dancing with the gopis. In this way you can catch hold of the Lord's lotus feet. Maya Gyan Nahi Se Kali Krishna Namashuni Alingana Koribena Tomar Vaishnava Jani. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be in a mood of ecstatic love without external consciousness. At that time, as you recite those chapters from Srimad Bhagavatam, he will embrace you, knowing you to be a pure Vaishnava. Ramananda Roy Aji Tomara Prema Gun Prabhu age kohite Prabhu fire gelamon. The Lord has already changed his mind due to Ramananda Roy's description of your pure love for him. Shuni gajapatir mane sukha upajila Prabhu re milite e mantrana dritakoila. Maharaj Prataparudra took the Bhattacharya's advice and firmly decided to follow his instructions. Thus he felt great happiness. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. Now this is a very good plan. This plan to me sounds like it could work, right? What do you think?
I think so.
You think that plan will work?
Logically sound.
Huh? Logically sound.
Sarvabhauma's logic is sound.
Very sound. Okay. Yeah. So now we'll sing Hari Harai. We've already sung Sri Hari Vasara Giti. Good. How are you feeling today?
Good.
Better?
Okay.
Hari, no mridanga. Oh, there is. Okay. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Janavaya Nama. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Janavaya Nama. Janavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama. Janavaya Nama. Govinda Ram Hari Govinda Ram Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Darbika Giridhari Joki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Panamansa Parabhajaka Charya Ashtatara Sajashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Panamansa Parabhajaka Charya Ashtatara Sajashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Raka Kshidhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhu Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Bharga Ki Jai. Namachari Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhakta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhada Dasha Raghunath Sad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premsi Gahosha Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Bhagavad Ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vishvavarena Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmalacharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Shanavadi Dham Ki Jai. Shri Mayapur Ki Jai. Saparshada Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. The Parshada Shri Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Kalabi Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Soquel Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gaur Gopi Govardhan Sham Kunda Radha Kunda Kunandi Yamuna Jo Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Hari Nam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Shri Kadasi Upavas Ki Jai. Shri Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Kamal Tyagi Maharaj Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande.
Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardan Maharaj Ki Jai.
So Maharaj. Oh, well, I'll talk to you
I'll be
down
back
there.
in just a few minutes. Is that okay?